Hello, and welcome to another episode of With Enough Prep Time. I'm your host, the Nerd Man, and today I've been thinking a little bit philosophically. Call me Gal Gadot. Imagine no, just joking. Today, in fact, we're gonna discuss something that I've wanted to discuss for a while, and it's kind of like the 10 most annoying things I hear people say on the internet, especially millennial types, and they just annoy me. I don't know why. And so I want to start off by issuing a trigger warning because my first of the top 10 words that I can't stand being used on the internet is triggered. You know, what type of people need to be issued trigger warnings, really? These are the type of people who went to schools with rainbow painted hallways and gave out and schools that gave out participation awards and completely sheltered them from life. So number two word that I hate being used in conjunction with a lot of things as a collocation or anything like that is toxic. AKA, really, people need to learn to deal a little bit with their discomfort in environments. It is an important part of maturing in life. Three, woke. So what are these people? Are they in the fucking Matrix? Are they Neo? Did they wake? Did they take the blue pill? What is woke? So what are they woke from? I mean, does left wing or progressive really not sum it up? Four, virtue signaling. This is a good one. I remember recently watching a video where I think it was Joaquin Phoenix accepting his Joker awards, and he mentioned about black people and ethnic minorities and women not being able to work on set, not having enough jobs on movie sets. And then he talked about he gave a moving thing about like why he's a vegan, and and tried to say about the suffering of cows and whatever. And there were people saying he was virtue signaling. And I was like, dude, so wait a second, is virtue signaling now just believing in something or being a decent human being with a thoughtful perspective on life? Somebody who thinks about things beyond themselves, maybe. Seems that's virtue signaling, I guess. Five, my truth. Look, guys, very simply, there's only one truth, and then there's your perspective. There's not your truth or my truth. There's the truth. Okay, number six, victim culture. Okay, this one's used a lot. And I love this one because it's always used to insult people who probably are actually victims, but are shamed into silence and acceptance of their circumstances by hypocrites who 24/7 sit around complaining how everyone on earth hates them and are against them despite being the most powerful privileged people on earth. Right, I'm looking at you, Ben Shapiro. Number seven, identify as. Now, I get it. People kind of fucking need this one. And it is one of those ones that more just gets on my nerves. But I guess what it is, if I can boil it down to a single thing, what really annoys me about this term is, I mean, does it mean in actuality you're not really that thing? It's just some delusion you want the world to share with you? Like, what's the difference between saying I identify as a man or I am a man, right? Like, unless it's something that you actually aren't, then you shouldn't have to identify as it. Okay, number eight, cancelled. Big hot topic at the moment. So I'm just saying, I think it would be better for all of us if we just go back to normal criminal convictions. Obviously tighten things up a bit to make sure there's no corruption in the police and that kind of thing. That's a good thing. And then go back to criminal convictions rather than online mob convictions. And then, just fire people who do wrong, otherwise, if you can't fire them, or they can't be criminally convicted, they're not guilty because you can't prove it. Basically, let's just go back to something more with more rules, basically, as to why you have to be a pariah from society. Okay, 9. SJW. Okay, so this is just someone, basically, I love how this is used as an insult. So this is someone who's seeking social justice, and for that they should be vilified and ridiculed. So let me get this. So I understand that certain people who might seek social justice may be mistaken about what they're seeking justice for. But in the end, their hearts are in the right place. So maybe what they need is just a discussion, or maybe if you have to insult someone for seeking more justice in the world, the problem is yours, fuckface. Okay, number 10. That's the T. AKA, really, my pre-internet Gen Y brain can't comprehend such complex, youthful ideas. And that's the T. So, and 3 words I wish we'd rediscover because we desperately need them. Now, one of them is this old quaint word used by our ancestors and fathers' fathers and fathers' fathers before us. It's long since vanished from memory, from the children of the the internet. But it's a really, really good term that we really ought to bring back to life and really embrace and embody. And that term is forgiveness. I know, it sounds wild, right? And I know some of you have heard of it. But this term forgiveness, basically what it means for anybody who doesn't understand, is when somebody does something bad to you or bad to society, we realize that we're all human, and given certain circumstances, we may have done the same thing. So we try and understand, and therefore, instead of judging, we find, and instead of making someone forever our enemy, we find a way of forgetting about what they've done to us and moving on, and maybe even becoming stronger friends because of it. Okay, so that's 1, forgiveness. 2, we're all flawed. None of us are innocent. We've all done terrible things in the world, and you have. You're probably worse than me because I'm a fucking angel. So, given that we've all done bad things in the world and we're all flawed, we should always remember that. I remember that there was a famous Caesar of the Roman Empire who, looking back at the history of all the Caesars, was worried that he would become corrupted by power. And he said that the way he wasn't was that he got a servant to follow him around the whole time he was Caesar and say to him repeatedly, "You are not a god. You are not a god. You are not a god." I think our generation could do with a little bit of that. And 3, one of those terms I wish we'd rediscover. It's one from back in the 90s. Them crepes are butters, bruh. And you can look that one up yourself. It's a fun little English slang one. But apart from that, thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe. And that's the T. Oh, comment below. Tell me the 10 most annoying things that millennials do or millennial culture has given birth to. Thanks again. Bye-bye. Catch you on the flip side. Love you 3000.